Hello, YouTube, it's BirdO'Prey5, and welcome to our weekly Deep Space Nine live rewatch. Today is Season 1, Episode 5, per the Netflix count. Season 1, Episode 5, Captive Pursuit. And let me throw up the title card there for a quick second. That is what we will be watching. And I see some people are already in the chat, which is very cool. And Sassy is here, and the widget is working. And remember to switch on over from top chat to live chat. And let me bring it up here for myself so I can see the comments once I actually start watching. And there we go. By the way, I want to thank the new people, and you 2 or 3 know who you are. The new subscribers I got on Subscribestar. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's a lot of faith you're throwing my way, and I really appreciate it. I didn't think I'm up to at least 4 subscribers now on Subscribestar. You can go to BirdO'Prey5.com and go to the Subscribestar link, and you can, if you are interested, become a monthly subscriber there. It's so cool. I put it together half thinking nobody would use it, but I really, really appreciate it. And I'm thinking of what I'm going to do for you guys. I've got some ideas. I think maybe some exclusive early access to some photos and videos will be coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so let me get to the comments. We'll give it a few minutes for everyone to get here who's going to come, and then I will start the episode. So, where we got to begin? Thomas Potts, he was first. Welcome, Thomas. The usual. Mystique LeBeau says, Qapla, Mystique. Marlena Monroe says, hello, wow. 2 of the first 3 people are women. Stop the presses. Joseph DeMarco balances out at number 4. And Rambling Canuck brings it home for the guys as number 5. Hello, BirdO'Prey5 and all. John DeMarco says hello again, everyone. 47 Yorktown says hello, Mr. Bird. Welcome, 47 Yorktown. Josh Street says going to say hi, but the stream is going on mute, so I can try to record. Well, Josh Street, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Obviously, you got to record. I understand. Life with Matthew is here. Evening, BirdO'Prey5. Welcome, Life with Matthew. And once again, Rambling Canuck, he's doing morning streams. You should definitely subscribe to him. He has some videos. And Life with Matthew, he's doing some videos. He's doing some great videos. Check him out. Pretty much all my... You know what? Life with Matthew, you need a wrench, my friend. You need a wrench. I don't know how we went that far. And also Mystique, yes, you are getting a wrench too, my friend. Welcome to the Wrench Club, Mystique and Life with Matthew. Use it well. Shronmore is, hey, BirdO'Prey and fellow nerds, welcome Shronmore. Ector, welcome Ector. Marlena says hello to all. Shronmore says don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Definitely. Shronmore says hey to Marlena. Thomas Potts says you send nudes to us. No, not nudes. Nudes and sassy. Only sassy nudes. That sounds weird. Showmore says greetings to Mamo Prey 5. and to Sassy. They say hello. Marlena is waving. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. And man, the next time I do a bed life stream, I have an Ohio related, in fact, a Toledo, Ohio related article to go on about, but that's not going to be tonight. But greetings, Mike Richards. Actor sends nudes of Sassy. I'll be okay with that. Oh, it's the New York police calling. Oh, my Nomo Robo service already took care of it. Damn it. That one could have been fun. Thank you, Rock Solid Productions, for subscribing. Oops, that just came in. Actor wants nudes of Sassy. That shouldn't be a problem. Shrowmore says, and greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, defier of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Indeed. Marlena says, women represent. No, Marlena, all women are not women. Not on this stream. And you and Mystique are most certainly not woman unless you want to be woman. But if you want to be, you can be anything you want. Whatever you want. Mystique is laughing and says, indeed, Yosef Patrick with a €2 super chat. Thank you so much, Yosef. I deeply appreciate it. First, with the money. And hi to the ladies, chat, and you, which I assume means me. Hi, Yosef. Thank you. And Thomas Potts with a $1.99 super chat says again, I forgot. Well, it is good that Yosef is here to remind you, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't be too embarrassed. Marlena says hello to Mystique, and Marlena says hello to Yosef, and Mystique is saying, wow, thank you. You're welcome, Mystique. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Qapla, not Ryan Johnson. Mystique and given, is that the Vulcans? The Vulcan thing I can barely do. To Marlena. Life with Matthew says, thank you. I'll probably disappear for minutes as I drive through some wilderness. That's fine. Life with Matthew. Yosef and Marlena. Bonjour. I don't know how to pronounce that. Rock Solid Productions says, I'll take Super Chat 11. It's yours, Rock Solid. I don't know what it is, but it's yours. And he thought he was subbed. Frickin' YouTube. Well, Rock Solid and anyone else here, if you go to birdopray5.com, you can be linked directly to this channel, Momopray5 channel, and the exclusive Birdopray5 X channel for my experimental videos and other things that aren't going to make the main channel. So far, there was just one video I accidentally uploaded as public. Didn't intend to make it public. Sassy is going crazy. But yeah. So those 3 channels you guys should subscribe to if you want the full Birdopray5 experience. Of course, this is the main channel, so that is more than sufficient. Yeah, for the full. Also at birdopray5.com, you can buy one of these beautiful Make Klingons Great Again hats. The link to the Amazon supplier is right on it. And just a heads up, although I don't know who it was or what you bought, I see somebody used my Amazon Canada link, because for the first time ever, I got $2 credit from Amazon Canada for my affiliate links. So thank you, Canadian person. I'm guessing, I have a guess who it is because I know you're Canadian, but it could have been anybody. So thank you for that if you're using my Amazon Canada link, which is also on birdofprey5.com. And we'll do, that's enough. birdofprey5.com shilling for now. Captain Cat says, hello, my brother. Daniel's Hot Topics Avengers Endgame getting re-released. Yes, I saw that. I saw JP, Egotastic Fun Time, release that update today. I'm mixed. I'm mixed. I could not go to the theater to see Endgame, but if I did, I'd kind of feel cheated. I would kind of feel cheated. But you know what? They love the movie. I guess it's not my fight. It's not my fight to complain about Endgame. So if the people who actually liked Endgame are happy with this, then good for them. Good for them. Dongo is here. No more Thomas Super Chats. Why not, Dongo? Rambling Canucks says, Bird of Prey DS9 stream after my stream this morning must have inspired you. Well, Wednesdays have been, this is the 5th week in a row. We're doing the Deep Space Nine stream on Wednesday evening. So that's why we're here. Marlena says, yes, we are, Mystique. Shramore says, rock solid productions, that happens. I've been unsubbed from YouTube from a few channels. And rock solid says to Shramore, it's typical of YouTube. They purge regularly. Yosef says, Alexa, say good evening in French.
In French, it's bonsoir.
Bonsoir? Bonsoir. She says bonsoir. I do have headphones in, so it's earbuds. Maybe I heard it wrong. Hector says, Captain Redneck got the full Bird of Prey 5 experience a month ago. Oh, jeez. Some things never forgotten. Captain Cat says, the full Bird of Prey 5 experience sounds strange. Dongo put out a link to, I believe, his YouTube channel. Check it out. Rambling Canuck says, Bird of Prey 5, cool, it worked. Thank you, Rambling Canuck. I assumed it was you, but, you know, privacy. Dongo says, check him out. Okay. Dongo says, Rambling Canuck, I subbed to you earlier. Daniel's Hot Topic says, Avengers Endgame is $2,744,946,893 and climbing. Rock Solid says, I still don't like Endgame. Thought it was a bad movie, honestly. Wow. Infinity War was vastly superior. Different strokes for different folks. Thomas says, Sassy, I got the envelope. Thank you. Sassy, have you been passing envelopes? I knew it was weird when she wanted a post office account. Hector says, I think we can start the viewing. Yes, Hector, I agree. I'm not going to have her execute Order 66. Trey is first here. Where's everybody at? Okay, Trey. And Yosef says, your French was spot on. Let me see. Do I know thank you in French? No. Gracias. Gracias. I assume it's French. A French. Gracias. I don't know. I'm out on a limb here. And DJ Odyssey is here with a hail all, DJ Odyssey. So glad you could make it. And Trey said, Bird of Prey, the Dongo link is the channel for you to check out. Well, I can't do it now, Trey. I'm about to start the show, but I will try to get to it later. And we're going to go from here. So, like last time, this is how we're going to do it. And Marlena finally joined the Discord server. Very cool. Yes, my Discord link is also on birdofprey5.com. Although, to be honest, I'm not on Discord right now. So I won't see any messages until after the stream. I'll go on. So, like last time, I hope you guys follow along. If you have Netflix, it is Season 1, Episode 5 on Netflix of Deep Space Nine. It's called Captive Pursuit. If you have your DVD, put it in and you can watch along there too. The video, what's going to happen is the video behind me is going to be about 1 frame every 6 seconds or so. I don't know, 6 to 8 seconds of video. The frame will change. I will be watching it live on Netflix, but of course you won't be able to see or hear that for copyright reasons. But you can follow along with what's going on behind me. And what I'm trying to comment less and less in terms of the, like, oh, O'Brien just did this and Cisco just said that, and just try to do it more of a DVD commentary track than full on play by play, because I want to do more review and more story stuff. That said, it's a very difficult thing for me to do, because I feel like if I'm on camera, I need to be constantly talking. So, we're testing this out. We'll see how the format works. I might go right back into doing play-by-play. I'm not sure. Just a heads up. After the stream, you guys leave me a comment. Let me know what you prefer better, what you think of it. And get your stuff ready. If you're going to follow along, we're going to be starting the stream also going forward, I'll be very limited looking at the chat because I'll be watching the show. If I see a super chat, I will try definitely to shout that out. And if you need to get my attention, the only chats I'm going to read from this point out, even attempt to read, are ones that say @VertoPray5 and then a message or super chats. Any other chats from this point on are just, other people can read, but it's unlikely I will read them unless it gets really boring. Really boring in the show. So with that, let's get, wrong web browser for me. Huh? They were not. Well, we'll see. I'll see if I stop for a commercial. If I notice a commercial I need to stop to talk, I'll stop for a commercial. But otherwise, Deep Space Nine, Captive Pursuit. I'm going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. What? Oh. So this woman is talking about how if she's a Dabo girl, you get a reputation. Sexual advances. The Dabo girl was accusing Quark of sexual advantage. It was part of the job. And she signed an employment agreement. The Ferengi print is now the fine print. The contract she signed requires her to be, requires her to to accept sexual advances from Quark, and Cisco is saying, don't worry, he'll take care of it. But they just got message that something's coming through the wormhole. So, and here we go. The wormhole just opened. A ship is coming through, and Cisco's going into ops. Dax says, doesn't match anything in Starfleet files. O'Brien saying could be damaged. Single life form on board. They're hailing. Response is coming in, and it's an alien. Cisco says, welcome to the Alpha Quadrant. And the alien doesn't know what the Alpha Quadrant is. And he says, I saw a small ship disappear. I followed it. And Sisko's asking what planet he came from. The alien wants to know how long does the wormhole last. The alien saying that there's no time. And his ship is in danger of exploding. Sisko was going to beam him out. The alien said no, and now O'Brien says he can tractor beam him in. The tractor beam will reinforce the ship during the thing. And here is O'Brien giving away more free Federation paid for free ship healthcare to aliens from all over the galaxy. Okay, no matter where you come from, we've never seen you before. We have no agreement with your government. Bring me your starships, and Mr. O'Brien will work on them for free. So Sisko sends O'Brien to go deal with this alien, and he wants O'Brien to find out what he's so nervous about, because this alien seemed quite a bit nervous. Something was off. And now we're in the middle of the introduction. The credits are rolling. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Man, so many great memories. So many great memories. Such a disappointment this isn't in HD. Come on, CBS or Paramount or whoever it is. Get off your butts. HD this junk. If you HD this, I will subscribe to CBS All Access. Okay? I finally had to cancel my CBS All Access. You got a month out of me. After my 3 months of free were up, you got one more month so I could finish watching The Twilight Zone. Then I canceled you. And now I'm getting emails to come back, which isn't going to happen. Especially since I just found out I could use a certain VPN service I already had to use Netflix from a different country. And it started. The episode is restarted. Captive Pursuit. O'Brien has his toolbox with him as he's walking onto this alien ship. He's looking around, but there's no alien. There's no alien. You see a windshield and some computer displays. And O'Brien is going alone. Don't you think that's a bit weird? And O'Brien is asking Ops if they're sure he didn't beam the alien away. And Dax is saying the sensors are saying he's still on board. And O'Brien is saying, "Friend, are you here? You've got nothing to worry about from me." Because O'Brien is a nice guy. O'Brien is a nice, friendly guy. And O'Brien just figured out how to open the hatch on this bottom of the ship. He just knew. And that's how good of an engineer Miles is. And Miles says he's an engineer. Thomas Potts, Bird of Prey, is this a pro-gay episode? I do not believe so, Thomas. I don't believe it's neither pro nor anti-gay, despite what the StarTrek.com article said about Deep Space Nine and Pride Month. Yeah. So, the alien just uncloaked. So this alien had a personal cloaking device, and he tells O'Brien what the problem was, and O'Brien hits his head and yells at him and says, "You can't go sneaking up on someone like that. It's an alpha quadrant rule." The guy asks, "Can it be repaired?" And O'Brien says, "Well, it depends. It depends what a caladium flow whatever is." And the guy is saying that in my world it could have been easily repaired. O'Brien saying, "We'll have you on your way as fast as humanly possible." By the way, that's me, human, O'Brien. And this guy, he just says, "I am Tosk." And O'Brien's asking if that's his name or his species. "I am Tosk." "Tosk it is," says Miles. "Tosk it is." And Tosk is looking weird at him. O'Brien is telling him to come on out. It seems like Tosk doesn't understand. Tosk is not used to leaving his ship. Miles is saying he's got work to do. You gotta wait for the reactor to cool down. Come on out here, Tosk. It's like trying to lure Sassy around the house. Tosk is looking at this airlock like he's never seen airlock technology before. So Brian's asking what happened to Tosk. And Brian says, "Looks like it took a shot to the hull." And Tosk is saying the passage through the anomaly, that's what he calls the wormhole, was very rough. Now a security sensor. A security sensor went off, and it spooked Tosk, and it was just picking up O'Brien's phaser. We've never seen this security sensor before or again. Just an FYI, right? That sensor never goes off again in the rest of Deep Space Nine. And Tosk is kind of concerned that Miles wears a weapon. And Miles is saying, it's just for safety. Just for defense. Just for defense. You can't be too safe. Tosk understands. And Tosk is seeing a health center and Dr. Bashir. Tosk has no real personal space boundaries. Tosk is asking how many live here now. And I think when Miles said about 300. And Tosk is asking the purpose. And O'Brien says it feels like they're the flea market of the sector. But the real job is to keep an eye on the wormhole. So Tosk is saying many ships dock here. Miles says 5 or 6 a week. Sometimes we have a whole convoy. But Tosk has the honor of being the first visitor from the other side. First and last time we ever see Tosk. DJ is thanking Sassy for the info. And here O'Brien is saying our goal is to seek out other life forms so we can learn about each other. And now Quark is throwing some woman out of his bar. And not the best first impression. So Miles says, some things you can learn about us that can wait. So he's asking Tosk about himself. Is he an explorer or a scientist? Tosk just says he's Tosk. Miles is like, right. Computer lights. Lights turn on. Tosk is amazed. O'Brien is saying, I wasn't the decorator. Tosk says he wishes to begin work on his ship. Miles says we'll start as soon as we can. And Tosk says he requires only 17 minutes of sleep per rotation. Miles says he needs 8 hours. So Miles is asking if he's hungry, and Tosk doesn't understand food. He said liquid nutrients are stored throughout his body. And O'Brien is telling him where the food replicator is anyway, even though the alien just said he doesn't eat food. And O'Brien tells him it makes a good oatmeal. Jesus, Miles. You're going to give an alien who just came through the wormhole oatmeal? That's how you welcome him? And then Miles just said something interesting. Tosk thanked O'Brien, and O'Brien says, as the Vulcans say, we're here to serve. Have we ever heard the Vulcans say that? And Tosk immediately goes to the computer, wanting to see a display of the facility. He wants to see an interior display. And Tosk wants to know where the weapons are stored. And the computer, of course, shows him no security clearance. Access is restricted to level 7 or above to get to the weapons, but it doesn't mind telling everybody where the weapons are stored. God bless the Federation. So O'Brien is telling Cisco that Tosk wasn't telling the full truth, that the damage to his ship clearly wasn't caused by the wormhole. Somebody was shooting at him. I don't understand why Commander Cisco doesn't go introduce himself. You know, he's the commander of the station. It's a first contact situation. Why are you putting this all on O'Brien? So they're back on the ship, and the Tosk is talking to O'Brien and trying to explain to him what his different parts are. And Arbonauts apparently are ram scoops. They convert stellar matter into fuel. So Brian's saying, we'll just get the crew to remove these nodes, take them over to the replicator center, and make new ones. Piece of cake. Yeah, Starfleet security does suck. So Brian is laughing, not laughing, but doing a joke. Tosk wants to put in the stuff quickly. O'Brien says we got to test it, and O'Brien's like, no, I can't give it to you. If it breaks down, you'll be telling everybody I do shoddy work in the Gamma Quadrant. And Tosk doesn't understand it was a joke. Sassy is attacking Mamo Prey. Which Thomas or DJ, did one of you tell Sassy to attack Mamo Prey? Cause okay, so So Brian takes Tosk to Quark's bar, and Tosk says nothing like this exists where he is. O'Brien says, well, this is where we do most of our R&R, rest and relaxation. Tosk doesn't understand this. And Tosk says, Alpha Quadrant has too much downtime. And O'Brien says that his wife would laugh. And Tosk says, we are very different, Tosk and O'Brien. O'Brien says, I've noticed. And O'Brien yells, hey, barkeep. And Quark yells, don't call me barkeep. I'm not a barkeep. I'm your host. O'Brien says, two ales, barkeep. And O'Brien tells Quark is also a man who will exploit any vices you have, and Tosk apologizes. I have no vice. I apologize. I have no vices for which you to exploit. But now Quark is telling him about the holosuites. Tosk is now saying he has no use for fantasy adventure. And Tosk is saying he lives the greatest adventure anyone could ever desire. And Quark is taken aback, and he says, I envy you then, Mr. Tosk. Tosk is looking around. So Brian's asking him, like, what's he talking about? What's this adventure? And Tosk, of course, conveniently cannot discuss it. O'Brien understands. So now the chief is back in ops, so I guess Tosk is all alone. And Kira's saying that it sounds like Chief changed his mind about Tosk. And Bashir starts talking. They all cut him off because they're saying that, some people tell doctors, they won't tell anybody else. And O'Brien just starts talking again, because, shut up, Bashir. You're still 3 years too young to have a say in this conversation. And Sisko's like, I thought you said he lied, and O'Brien is saying, he didn't exactly lie. Dax says, well, he didn't tell the truth either. Sisko's taking a hands-off approach. He's saying, well, we can't hold him. We can't, tomorrow O'Brien says his ship will be done by tomorrow. So Sisko's like, well, look, if he wants to tell you the truth, great. If not, wish him luck and send him on his way. He's not going to force this guy to give up his secrets, which is actually surprisingly cool. Of course, it would seem Odo, however, has been keeping an eye on Tosk, because Odo was pretending to be a painting on the wall, and he just saw Tosk trying to break into, I assume, the weapons locker, and Tosk used his personal force cloaking device to just disappear in front of Odo, and Odo put up force fields so he couldn't get away. And Odo is saying when the guy gets tired of bouncing off force fields, we can talk. Tosk says, I must prepare. He can't discuss it. He's Tosk. Odo's not being as understanding. Odo is saying that Tosk is going to come down to his office while we bring O'Brien in to see what you were doing. So Tosk understands O'Brien's coming and says, he won't fight him. So Tosk is allowing himself to be taken into custody. Trey, I see you there, Trey. I see something going on. Why don't you lay off the subscriber chat for a little bit, Trey? Yeah, some people do get a little tired of it. Why don't you give it a half hour or so, Trey? And, towards the end of the stream, if you want to put a couple more shout outs again, that'll be cool. But, let's dial it down a bit. So, Cisco finally came to see Tosk, and Odo and O'Brien are there. They're trying to figure out what he was doing. Tosk is saying he can't say anything, and Cisco saying just hold him for now, because they think he's on the run from somebody. And Cisco says hold him, we'll see if somebody comes looking for him. O'Brien's not happy, but he knows he can't do anything. O'Brien comes up to him and says, enough of this craziness, tell me what's going on. So now Tosk is telling O'Brien, he's got to let me out. And Tosk is saying, O'Brien, you have to let me out. You have to let me die with honor. Is he a Klingon? No, he's not a Klingon. Tosk is just, again, begging, allow me to die with honor. O'Brien's like, why would I let you die? And O'Brien comes to Odo, says he's climbing the walls like a trapped animal, which is kind of weird because the next time O'Brien has to break someone out of Odo's cell, it's Molly, and she is climbing the walls like a trapped animal. So O'Brien is saying he feels sorry for him. He doesn't think that he means them any harm. Of course, Odo doesn't. Odo just knows he's a criminal. That's all that matters. And O'Brien wants to know his secret. And another ship came through the wormhole. And the patterns match Tosk's ship. No response from the hail, though. No response from the hail. They've got a visible scanning beam penetrating the station. Cisco let the scan go through, and then he put the shields up. Now the ship is hitting them with a type of radiation O'Brien's never seen before. They're draining the shields. They have incredible power. They reverse the polarity of the shields. And they're beaming on board. They're beaming to the promenade. And Cisco is taking Kira and O'Brien with him to the promenade. He told security to come to the promenade. And they all got there just as these guys beamed on. And it's these three guys wearing red suits with blue glowing helmets. And Cisco says to ready phasers. And these three guys come walking up. And he's saying, he's the commander of the station. Put down your weapons. And Odo goes. And the guy hits Odo and Odo falls back. Why didn't Odo just shapeshift and let the arm go right through him? So these guys can absorb Federation phasers in their arms. They have incredible shielding in their arms. But if you shoot them in their back or something, they fall down. Odo is surprisingly retreating quite a bit. Of course, Odo is refusing to take a phaser. And Kira has got double phasers. And the guy shoots And one explosion, one disruptor pulse from this alien's gun blows a hole right through the security office door. So he's looking for Tosk. And there. He knows Tosk is in the cell somewhere, but Tosk has gone invisible. So now this alien turns on a scanner in his helmet that can see through the Tosk cloak. And sure enough, as he looks, he sees Tosk. He sees Tosk in front of him. Tosk is staring at him, and Tosk knows he's found. Poor Tosk. And Cisco and Odo and O'Brien just came in. They're putting away their phasers because they seem to know it's over. The alien contacts his friends and says, "I have Tosk alive," and they beam out. And now this guy finally takes his helmet off, and he's clearly he's a different species than Tosk. They both got green skin. And the alien is saying he wonders how Tosk got their cooperation without violating their oath of silence. And Tosk says, "I told them nothing." The other alien is saying, "How could you allow this to be caged? This is the most disappointing hunt in memory." And Cisco is saying, "You're saying this whole thing is a hunt and Tosk is the prey?" He's all upset. The alien is saying, "You're right. This Tosk is unworthy of such a noble description. For this dishonor, you will endure the harshest, greatest humiliation Tosk can know. To be captured and brought home alive. You will live out your existence on public display. Children can make fun of you, toss you scraps of food, which is more than you deserve, even though earlier he didn't need food." Cisco is getting pissed. You disrupted life on the station for a hunt? He's not going to let him take Tosk. And Cisco's like, "We're going to have to talk about this in private, unless you're going to take Tosk by force, in which case we're going to open fire on your ship." And the alien doesn't seem to believe that Cisco would really do it, but after looking at their faces, he realizes he picked the wrong man's station to chase Tosk onto. So now O'Brien is looking at Tosk, and Tosk looks really sad. Sad Tosk. The alien is asking Cisco, "Is there nothing similar in our own society?" And Cisco said, "Centuries ago, we'd hunt food, but nothing like this. And there's other species, even they wouldn't hunt a Hentian species." And the alien is saying he's sentient because we made him sentient to hunt. And the alien is telling Cisco he just doesn't understand. Cisco is saying, "I don't have any tolerance for the abuse of any life form." And this guy is saying Tosk is the symbol of all that is noble and courageous. They train for all their lives for this event. They're proud of their role in their culture. And O'Brien says, Cisco can't judge what's right and wrong for this alien. But on this station, this isn't going to work. And the alien says in the future, passage through the wormhole will be considered out of bounds. and now he wants Cisco to arrange for release of the task, and he beams away in the weirdest beaming effect I've ever seen. And Cisco's agreed to release task. And Cisco is quoting the Prime Directive. The Prime Directive. They have no right to interfere. And Kira is saying, well, what if he asks for asylum? And then Cisco kind of looks down. He doesn't want to be put in this situation. He says, well, if he asks for it, he has to ask for it. So O'Brien comes to Task and says, I have a way out. So Task is like, oh, a way out? And O'Brien's like, ask for asylum. And Task is like, what the hell's asylum? And he's like, and Task is like, no, I don't want asylum. I'm a Task. I can't hide here behind the protection of the Federation. It's against everything I believe. And O'Brien's asking if he'd rather go back to live in a cage. And Task is saying to stay would be an even greater dishonor. He is Task, the hunted. He lives to be hunted, to outwit the hunters another day, to survive, until he dies with honor. Wow, even Klingons could learn. Learn a thing from Task. Of course, Task saying, but now that's not going to be his fate. But he will not deny his existence as Task. But he thanks O'Brien. He cannot. Task cannot request asylum. Greetings from the Med Bay, Doc Jambroni. Greetings, Jock. Greetings. So O'Brien's kind of sad. Task is more depressed. Yeah. I am not the Task. So Quark is complaining none of the people from the Gamma Quadrant have bought a single drink. O'Brien's pissed. He's like, shut up, Quark. And O'Brien pulls Quark in by the shirt and says that there's blah, blah, blah. He sure as hell doesn't want to talk to some barkeep about it. But Quark is telling O'Brien his face gets very pink when he gets aggravated. Much more so than most other humans. And O'Brien's like, fine, you're right, I'm angry. Quark asks if he wants to talk about it. O'Brien says, no, it would do no good talking to you. Quark says, try me. And O'Brien says, no, it's just the rules of the game. And O'Brien's telling Quark they're chasing Task. It's a hunt. And everybody's playing by the rules. They're playing by their rules. We're playing by our rules. And Task gets stuck in the middle. Of course, he says, Quark, Ferengis probably don't follow rules. They just change the rules when they don't like them. And O'Brien now just had an epiphany. Of course, change the rules. Why didn't I think of that? And O'Brien says, thanks, barkeep, and leaves. And now Quark is going over to one of his other half-sleeping patrons, asking what's wrong with him, because Quark thinks he can solve everyone's problems. So O'Brien has now made the decision. He's going to sneak Task away, or get Task away. So they put a they've put a leash on Tosk. And O'Brien comes in to Odo and says that he will escort the prisoner. This is a Starfleet matter. And Odo says that he'll see about that. He's going to see Sisko. And O'Brien is laying on some bullshit about how it's an official escort, is a token of goodwill and respect in our society, that he's going to escort him off the station, and how very sorry they are for interfering with the hunt. O'Brien throws his comm badge on Odo's desk. And now Odo comes to Sisko and pissed off at Sisko, and Odo saying, you shouldn't have put O'Brien in charge of this. This isn't a Starfleet matter. And now Sisko's like, I didn't give O'Brien any orders. And he's trying to page O'Brien on his comm badge. And now the weapon sensor went off as the guy tried to step through it, and it zapped him again for the first time and last time. We never see the weapon sensor again, and the guy yells, the hunt has resumed, and O'Brien is taking Tosk to his ship, and he can tell the bad guys are beaming in, and Tosk is showing off his natural jumping ability. He just threw a guy off the ledge, and O'Brien has no problem with it. Security reports a fight in the promenade. O'Brien set Tosk loose. And Dax is tracking 2 light forms and an access conduit above Quarks. And Odo's going to seal off the corridors, and Sisko says, don't hurry. Don't hurry. Odo gets it now. Wink, wink. Let him happen. Let him go. Rules. Do I look like Jean-Luc Picard to you? Screw the rules. We're going to do what's right. Yeah, we're going to do what's right, not what the rules say to do. And this is why Deep Space Nine is the better track. So O'Brien uses the phaser apparently on pinpoint precision setting, and he cuts the leash, the collar off of Tosk. O'Brien's saying the Cardis made these conduits through 2-meter thick duranium. He's never seen anybody been able to scan or something. And just then they start shooting at him through it. So Tosk can jump down right here into the... he's going to jump right down on one of the bad guys. And he steals his weapon. And O'Brien is telling him around this next corner. And now the main bad guy who doesn't have a helmet is saying that he's mine. And Tosk just shoots and apparently kills. Yeah, it looks like he's killed the main bad guy. And the other 2 people who were around him fell down. O'Brien is still telling him to go on. The guy just murdered people. And he's like, go on. O'Brien's looking. The guy is literally smoking. Not a cigarette. Smoking from the blast. Tosk is saying the hunt goes on. And he's seeing if does O'Brien want to come with him? Do you wish to come? O'Brien says, nah, one day as a Tosk is enough for me, and he's got a wife and kids, and you know the spiel, sorry. And Tosk is asking, is the Federation going to punish him for helping? And O'Brien says, maybe. But if I know my commander, probably not. Dead air. And Tosk is saying, O'Brien, friend. Oh, he tells O'Brien to die with honor. Die with honor, O'Brien. It's the nicest thing a Tosk can tell you. And O'Brien tells him to die with honor. And the happy Deep Space Nine music is playing, signifying we are within minutes of the end of the episode. And Tosk's ship departs the station. It is a fraction of the size of the other ship. So now Cisco's trying to ask O'Brien what happened. And O'Brien's like, the weapon sensors must have overloaded. And Cisco said, must have. And O'Brien comes clean and says, well, must have because I increased the output by over 200%. And Cisco says, so you assaulted him. And Cisco's like, I've got to write a report about this now. What do you suggest I say? You ignored your duty to Starfleet. You ignored me. You took off your comm badge. You even ignored the Prime Directive. And Cisco says, if you pull a stunt like this again, you won't have to complain about the conditions here anymore. Do I make myself clear? And O'Brien is saying, I was surprised by one thing. I knew I couldn't override all the security seals in the station, and I figured once you and the constable located us, it would be over. We'd find ourselves locked behind a force field somewhere. And now Cisco is saying, I guess that one got by us, because Cisco played by the same crooked rules. Dismissed. He dismisses O'Brien, but Cisco knows he also let Tosk get away, and Cisco is smiling. Because a job well done, even if he had to give O'Brien a fake yelling, a fake reaming out, all good stuff has happened. And there it is, the end of the episode. Deep Space Nine in the background. Yeah, it's one of those episodes. Our first shot of what life is going to be like on the other side of the wormhole. I wonder if they had any clue at this point that Jem'Hadar would have their own personal cloaking devices. Like these Tosk did. Yeah, Prime Directive, they are warp capable. Yeah, but the Prime Directive does say that they just won't interfere with the going-ons of other cultures. It's not just pre-warp society. Even if you have warp engines, this Federation won't interfere with your going-on. So if they were legitimately hunting another species, it's not the Federation's position to interfere with that. And I think we've had this prey species done before, right? I mean, I think in Voyager we have the prey, the predator and the prey species things going on, and they do it. They did it in DS9. They do it in Voyager. They do it again in Enterprise. And where else do they do it? That wart of a show, Star Trek Discovery, STD. The entire Kelpian species is a prey species. So it's this predator-prey species things shows up throughout the majority of all Star Trek franchises, which I thought is pretty neat when you think about it. Thomas Potts wants me to do another episode. Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. Not tonight. I don't know if we'll wait till next week, but certainly not tonight. Actor says that culture is firing weapons on your base. Yeah, well, apparently, even if they come onto your base, it's okay. The Prime Directive still counts. There's Tosk. We'll put Tosk back up. Yeah. I think the Prime Directive is out the window once the aliens come on board and start blowing your shit up, right? Yeah, once they blow up security to take somebody out of custody, the Prime Directive stops. Okay, there's no Prime Directive. Yeah. And Mystique says perhaps the founders used Tosk DNA to breed Jem'Hadar. That's a good possibility. Because, put blue makeup on this guy, give him a few spikes, he could be a Jem'Hadar. And I don't think we ever see either these species, on Deep Space Nine again. At least not that I remember. Surf Trektronics. Surf, you're here. How did your stream go, Surf? I was going to look it up after this one was over. I hope it went well. Kelpians are predators, I think. Bowls were the prey. Bowls people were the prey. Bowls. Well, when we first learned about the Kelpians, they were the prey. We didn't learn that the Kelpians were actually the predators until, like the third to last episode of season 2, or fourth to last episode. For the majority of Discovery, including the season 1 and the short tracks and the first half of season 2, the Kelpians were the prey. So I'd still say Kelpians were the prey. Plus, in the mirror universe, Kelpians are the prey. Yosef Patrick says, be kind to Discovery. I know. It's a black sheep, but it's still Trek. In name only. The Epic Beard says it's late already, 9:30. 6, 7, 8, 9. Epic Beard, you're 3 hours ahead of me. What time zone is 3 hours ahead of me? Iceland? Are you from Iceland? Because England, I believe that's 5 hours ahead. I'm shocked. I don't even know what would be 3 hours ahead. Shrowmore says, my manager thought the edited minutes were really good. For optics to give me a public dressing down. My manager thought the edited minutes were really good, but had to, for optics, to give me a public dressing down. Yeah, that, although, to be fair, there was nobody else in the room when he was giving this dressing down to O'Brien, but I could totally see, for reasons, it's on record that, yes, I was disciplined because of what I did, but, wink, wink, nod, nod, it's all good, buddy. Right? I mean, despite O'Brien doing this, they still let O'Brien in the future go undercover. Why is O'Brien, a chief engineer, going undercover to infiltrate the Orion Syndicate later on? But, despite this, this might say, hey, O'Brien might develop he might have a propensity to develop feelings for the underdog. Maybe he's not the best person to put in an undercover operation, but they still have him infiltrate the Orion Syndicate. And of course, we know how that ends if you've ever seen Deep Space Nine. As predictably, because O'Brien is a good man. O'Brien is a good man, and he will put what his feeling of justice, his feeling of right and wrong, above the rules of the Federation. And I support him. If the government isn't always right, the government can be wrong. I mean, just think about in the United States, all of the laws that have been overturned in courts, even the Supreme Court, even overturning its own laws. The government isn't always right. The Federation is not always right. Miles O'Brien is a far more moral person than the United Federation of Planets and Starfleet. And even if that gets him in trouble with Starfleet, I would support Miles's decision above Starfleet's decision. And that's one of the things we didn't see, really. We didn't really get to see this in TNG. Not a lot. In Deep Space Nine, it's like virtually every episode. It's like, there's the thing you're supposed to do, and the thing that's the right thing to do. And it's so good to see Deep Space Nine choosing the right path instead of the path some bureaucracy has laid out for you, because they understand the difference. And that's, oh man, that really, it's a good position to be in. It's a good moral to have. It might not make you the best, citizen for your country. They might not love you because you're going to question authority, but I think it makes you the better person. Tiki of Doom says Trek Yards is a safe space. Sharmore says O'Brien is both very intelligent and would have been a blue-collar outlook that frat boy officers could not replicate. I think he's a good undercover option. Yeah, obviously, I mean, he turned out to be a good option, but it's unfortunate, that he had the mental anguish that came with doing what he did. I don't know that I could have done that. Yosef Petrick says Trek Yards are my safe harbor, despite they won't sing Alamarain for me. Captain Cat says, yep, even on Anti-Shrekker's Discord, they took down on my cause I like TOS more. They look down on me because I like TOS more. There's nothing wrong with liking TOS more. TOS is in a category of all its own to me. To be clear, I mean, I love Deep Space Nine, but TOS is kind of in its own, its whole own plane to me. So, yeah.
For a day, they had people glued to their little black waist.
Mom O'Prey is saying, for its day, TOS had people glued to their little black and white TV screens. Thomas Potts says, maybe Tosk is a subspecies. It could be a subspecies of that alien species that came looking for him. Josh Street says the Klingon known as Bird of Prey 5 moonlights as Tosk. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And Thomas Spot says Bird of Prey 5. Quark says human correctly only one time in the baseball episode. That is good trivia, Thomas. I would not have known. I'm assuming it's correct because I'm not going to check, but I would not have known. And Drucifer is here. Welcome, Drucifer. Let's see. John Araki is in the house. Welcome, John Araki. Epic Beard is here. Epic Beard, if I didn't read something from you before, I am now. Welcome, Epic Beard. Let's see, anything. Okay. Yosef, Patrick. TOS is extremely sexist in some episodes. It could not be made today in the form it was made. And John Araki with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, thank you. I'd say tip me a super chat, but I don't have any. DJ says we have the Epic Beard, and then we got Joe's caterpillar beard. You calling this a caterpillar beard? Come on. I let this grow. I was gonna shave it when I buzzed my hair this week. Or last week, over the weekend. Captain Cat says the not Ryan Johnson hasn't heard from Trey in a while. Yeah, I saw something going on with Trey. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see if he comes back. Epic Beard is lolling. John Araki says widget is only a couple of seconds behind today. That's cool. DJ says he's lurking. Trey, if you're lurking, welcome. Tiki of Doom says TOS mini skirts alone make it the best. Oh yeah. The TOS mini skirts. Those TOS uniforms. It's hard to think though. Every one of those women are either old or dead. And probably both. Thomas Potts says the Vulcan says I won't engage in this human game of taunting. Quark says all that intelligence and he doesn't know what a human looks like. Yeah, that was a good quote. DJ says I use... John Araki says Bird should have a pencil bin mustache in honor of Pride Month. Captain Cat says, of course. He does it every live stream, not Ryan Johnson. Surf Tricktronics says The Wrath of Khan was the first movie I saw in theater in second grade. I cried when Spock died because maybe I thought Star Trek was real watching TOS reruns. Well, that's so sad, Surf. That's so sad. Thomas says there's a quote. Yosef Patrick with a €2 super chat. I think again. Low grannies in short skirts and high boots. Yeah, well, that's TOS. DJ says Bird finally needs a Freddie Mercury stash. I don't know what that is. John DeMarco says just got to the show that Quark was mispronouncing human on purpose. Probably just to irritate people. Captain Cat says, yep, Rain, he was. And Hector says, wait, that pencil mustache is the pride of France. Pencil thin? Oh, pencil thin mustache is the pride of France. And Captain Cat says, but he stopped. I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Either going to do City Skylines. I want to do City Skylines. Or might do Futurama. I want to do another Futurama episode. Let me know what you think. Not binding, but I'm curious if you guys have a preference. Tell them one what? Enter 1 for City Skylines and 2 for Futurama. And I'm going to roll the credits. Thank you all. Qapla. Again, visit birdoprey5.com for all your Bird of Prey 5 needs. Subscribe to me. You can do it through Bird of Prey. You can go to my other channels at birdoprey5.com. You can go to Subscribestar. You can use my Amazon links. You can order a hat like this. You can do anything you want. It's all at birdoprey5.com. 1733. I got it. Okay. You see, this is why, Mom. This is why. Do both. Well, do both is a possibility. Yeah, Futurama is 30 minutes. That is true. That is true. We could do a morning and an evening stream tomorrow. It's possible. It's possible. Qapla, guys. Good night. And thank you guys all for your moderation abilities, for your moderating. I appreciate it. I'll look through what happened, but I appreciate whatever you guys had to do. Qapla. Howdy, YouTube. This here's Bird of Prey. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. I guess you're going to get the unknown subscriber. The unknown subscriber. And it was written by me. One sad morning. It goes a little bit like this. I woke up this morning and opened my channel. Every day is a battle. Every sub more important than branded cattle. But this morning when I checked my stats, I was shocked, I was saddened, I was surrounded by bats. A YouTuber lives and dies by his numbers, always editing, always avoiding the blunders. But last night a mistake I must have made, 'cause I lost a subscriber. I'm a failure to my trade. Where, oh where did my subscriber go? Why did he leave? I mean, it could have been a chick, but no. Why, oh why did my subscriber leave? Did I insult them? Did I make fun of something they believe? Are they angry? Are they hurt? Was there anything I could have done not to get burnt? When, oh when will my subscriber return? I can change, I can improve, I can even feel the burn. They're gone, they're never coming back. I need to move on, cut myself some slack. But every precious subscriber, even if I don't know your name, every precious subscriber, I love you all just the same. So I will always miss my unknown subscriber. They didn't leave a comment. What more could I have tried? Maybe I could have given them a briber. Or maybe they just died. Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night. This is Bird of Prey 5 saying Qapla. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out birdoprey5.com, the new home of everything Bird of Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BertoPray5 or on BertoPray5.com. Take care.